Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Fiona at Drawings in a Drawer, and on here we discuss everything watercolour. So if that is something that might interest you, be sure to click that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video, and that is always on Sundays. And today is a special day because I got sent some things by Rubens. They sent me their new professional paints and some glittery watercolour paper, which I am super excited to try. But I'm also delighted because Rubens is a brand that I know, that I have used in the past, but I've not used these specific paints, which are their new professional 24 half pan set, and they come in this pink box. We also have a beautiful cloth inside. It feels like the cloths that you find inside eyeglasses. And we have the option between a black and golden box and a pink and golden box. The half pans are individually wrapped with paper, so no plastic is used. And as you can see, the palette is metal, which I love. And I can already spot a few of my favourites: Naples yellow, indigo, all the earthy browns that I really love and use often in my work, and of course the majestic pinks and reds. The inside part of the box comes off, so the palette is indeed very sturdy, which is important because plastic palettes do tend to fall apart on you after a while, and you can tell here that it's a very solid palette. And when it came to the paper, I was so curious about this paper, and I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, it will not disappoint. But I prefer to swatch these colours on regular paper. You can see here the glitter in the texture of this paper, and it's also 100% cotton and 300 GSM, which is a dream, especially since I was expecting it to be something like 25% cotton. I didn't want to do a video of endless swatching, but I did want to show you the way these pans slip out of their wrappings without an issue, because that is something that I haven't seen in other brands yet. You can see me here unwrapping that first yellow, and even though I have a swatch card that was sent to me by Rubens, which is made with the same glittery paper as the pack that they sent me, I decided to not show you the swatching of the whole 24 pans, even though I swatched them both on the Rubens card as well as on my other sketchbook, which is also 100% cotton paper. I just wanted to make sure that they behaved the same way. As in, sometimes these swatch cards are made of cellulose and the paints will just behave differently. Now you can see how vibrant and beautiful these paints are on the paper. I fell in love with that Perilyn maroon that you see me swatching right there. I was gushing. The interesting thing about this palette is that there are a lot of single pigments. Now if you're wondering why single pigments are important, it's better to work with single pigments because the more colours are mixed together, the duller and muddier the look as a blend, let's say, as a result. Single pigments also allow us to view and observe the characteristics of colours, the way they behave without anything getting in the way. So there is nothing beyond the binder and our paper influencing the behaviour of the pigment. And that is taken straight from Google, I will admit to that. If you'd like to try the narrated tutorial for this owl and many others, all you have to do is access the cadmium red light tier of my Patreon. At just $7 or €7 a month, you will find everything in the description box. These Paul Rubens watercolours remind me of Core or my Jello Mission Gold watercolours, and that is because they are so bright and so pigmented. I feel I almost need to work in less layers because I get to the final result faster. In a way, I think I also tended to overwork this owl slightly because of that. But for me, that is something that can only be positive because I tend to work very slowly in lots of thin layers. And recently, I've been feeling the urge to paint faster and get my feelings on paper with more urgency. So I think these watercolours are perfect for me. I'm very often dissatisfied with the selection of colours I find in pre-built palettes, but in this one I have to say I have no complaints. All my favourite colours are here, except for Rose Doré of course, but that is Winsor & Newton, so I doubt I will ever find that anywhere else. But the indigo, the Berlin blue, which is actually a Prussian blue, Perulen maroon, of course, cadmium red light, Venetian red reminds me of an English red or of an Indian red, which some of you will know that I love to work with. Naples yellow is something that I use so often in my work, and we have an interesting selection of greens, some that are more olivey and dull and some that are brighter, and I love greens. I also have my earthy browns, and there's no white, which is a plus because I literally have never used white watercolour in my life. When it came to the paper, I reached out to the staff at Paul Rubens again to ask for some additional information. More specifically, I wanted to know how much cotton was in the paper, and I was happy to find out that it's 100% cotton rag with glitter sparkling effect, which we can see very clearly, acid-free paper, and it's £140 or 300 GSM, and the size is 10 by 7 inches. And it comes in a pack of 20 sheets, which you pay around $15 on Amazon at the moment. Well, if glittering paper is something that you like, I definitely don't see why you wouldn't like this paper. The quality is extremely high and the paint flows on it beautifully. Now, I have to say that the glitter effect is more visible under artificial light, so it's not something that's in your face. It's very mild, it's very subtle. The overall experience of painting on the glittery paper is just the same as painting on any really high-end watercolour paper. So the only other thing you have to factor in is the glitter, which you might or might not like. Having got through about 2 or 3 paintings with these Paul Rubens, I decided to try them some more. I was on a roll and I painted the leftover part of the spread in my sketchbook. This sketch was actually created before I painted on the glittery paper because I just didn't think that I would be testing the paper for some reason. But since it was already in my sketchbook, I just decided to go in and test these paints again with the same reference image, but you will see it looks completely different at the end. And Paul Rubens has been kind enough to offer a 10% discount to everyone who wants to buy this paint set. So down below you can find the links directly to Amazon, and by putting in the code I will leave in the description box, you will get 10% off your paint set. So have a look at it right now. These are really worth the $50 they cost, minus 10%, of course. This video is not sponsored. Paul Rubens sent me paints, but I did not in any way get any money for this, so everything I say is 100% my honest opinion. And you have till June 15, 2024 to use that discount code. I think I prefer how this second painting of the girl turned out, but that's probably just because I noticed that the more you paint, the better you get at it. Big news flash. After my free live workshop that I held a while back, I was thinking of adding an extra tier to my Patreon, where I have a painting club where once a month we paint along. Not as formal as a workshop would be, but kind of painting the same subject in company. Let me know in the comments if that is something that might interest you, or whether I'm just getting, crazy ideas. Going back to the Paul Rubens paints, I think you can tell just how gorgeous they are by looking at my painting. Not because my painting is gorgeous, but just because it's very luminous and you can see what the payoff of these paints actually is. They are 100% amazing. And this is all from me for this week. If you want to like, subscribe and all the things, binge watch my videos if you can, comment down below. These are all things that really help out my channel, and it takes you just a few seconds or a few minutes if you watch my videos to support my channel and get more content coming out regularly. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Bye.